I am Bill Whiteheart, the former county commissioner. I am the one that John Rayleigh, the editorial board writer, has accurately identified over my political career as being one of the more conservative Republican county commissioners, if not the most conservative. The period of time that I served on the Board of County Commissioners, it was my honor to be one of those that cast the 4 votes about the prayer issue. I'm proud to tell you on behalf of all of these candidates, I don't think that's an issue. I don't think that's anything that you as Republicans and conservatives in your heart, mind, and soul need to be concerned about, because I think all of us will uphold the standard that you expect from a conservative Republican. With respect to some of the things that Fred and Mark have said regarding county commissioner activity, I did vote for while a county commissioner, and there is now in place a policy that screens the low bidder on any project which is funded by the county commissioners with respect to reviewing the legality of those employees that are working for the firm that has been selected to be the low bidder. This is a step in the right direction. With respect to illegal immigration, all of us know what illegal means, and there is much work to be done there. I look forward to an opportunity to resume that work. I would like to welcome, as I have done on other occasions, Mark and Fred to this race with me. And it is going to be very satisfying for one of the 3 of us, or one of the 4 of us, I should actually say, because John Courts is on the ballot with us. You have 4 choices to vote for. But it will be satisfying in that whoever wins here will have some level of appreciation of being vindicated or being vested by the Republican Party as the surviving candidate of 4. And I welcome them for that. Before my political life matured to the extent that Fred and Mark's have, and they went down and spent their $172 to file for this office, I was like most of you. I may not have had the inclination to run, but I sure did care. And I was always interested in who the nominee for our party was going to be. I examined the candidates. I wanted to understand their qualifications, their experience, and their record if they had one. Which brings us to the part that is uncomfortable for some candidates. It's the part that I call the tooteth part. And it goes like this. Those political candidates that tooteth not their own horn go forward with a horn untooted. I had the pleasure to work for a bona fide multimillionaire when I was a very, very young man. He taught me early on that bragging is not bragging, Whiteheart, if you can prove it. So let's talk to you a little bit about the private sector experience that I've had. This October, I want to repeat that. This October, I will celebrate being a self-employed taxpayer for 40 years. I became employed as a self-employed business person at age 23. And during my career in the private sector, I have been elected statewide president of my professional trade association on 2 separate occasions. I have been elected to serve on their board of directors for more than 20 years. And this is an industry that is the billboard industry, it's the outdoor advertising industry. It is commonly regarded as overregulated by the federal, the state, county, and municipal governments. I have been honored to serve 3 different 2-year terms as the statewide president of the largest business advocacy group in the nation, and also in North Carolina with 16,000 members. That's the National Federation of Independent Business. In 2006, I was selected to be the Small Business Person of the Year in North Carolina. With regard to my involvement in the public sector, government, I have been appointed by the Forsyth County Board of Commissioners to serve on the Airport Commission of Forsyth County for 12 years. One of those years I served as vice chair, and for 10 years I served as chairman. I think it's important to note that the Airport Commission of Forsyth County does not appear as a line item on the county budget. It is a standalone, self-supporting government entity. When I first arrived at the Airport Commission of Forsyth County, our annual budget was $350,000 with precious little cash reserves. And when I stepped down in 2008, our budget was $3.5 million, and our cash reserves approached $5 million. As a county commissioner, I was selected to serve as chairman of the audit committee. I was also elected to serve on the North Carolina County Commissioners Board of Directors, and subsequently selected by the director of the statewide association and the president to serve on the important finance committee. That committee is important because most all of the 100 counties in North Carolina are indemnified by an in-house insurance operation with hundreds of $millions that are set aside for that indemnification. I have been selected by the National Association of County Commissioners to co-chair the Transportation Aviation Committee. That's a rather large committee with 400 members. And I have gavelled and presided over more meetings than Pete Brunstetter, Glory Wissenhunt, and Dave Flyler combined. I have been selected a fellow of the North Carolina Institute of Political Leadership. And now let's talk about primaries. Typically, in North Carolina, primaries have been the source of a popularity contest. I will submit to you that I like Fred and I like Mark, and if I met John, I'd probably like him too. And in each level, I'm sure that we all enjoy certain levels of popularity. But make no mistake, the focus in this primary is to replace Ted Kaplan. And let's talk about the opponent. So I believe that's where we need to focus. I went to high school with Ted Kaplan. I've known Ted Kaplan most all of my life. Ted Kaplan is a formidable, shrewd, and cunning opponent. Ted was handpicked and trained by the most powerful single individual in North Carolina politics in the last 20 years. And that's Mark Basnight. So when you consider this race is not only an important race to remove Ted Kaplan. This race is an opportunity to restore the conservative control to the Board of County Commissioners. And in order to accomplish this party must select a candidate with the resources, the savvy, the moxie, and the perspicacity to warrant the successful outcome of this mission. I'm the man that can do that. If you'll simply favor me with the honor of this party's nomination. God bless you all.